I should warn you now that this is probably one of the more ridiculous build challenges that I've ever done in The Sims. I'm gonna try to build an entire house shaped like a cat. I did this once before where I kind of made a cat face. The house was kind of shaped like this when I was finished, but I think today I'd like to try something a little bit more drastic. And I think I want to try to make like the entire silhouette of a cat's body. So like this is the body, it's got some little legs. Maybe it could have 4 legs. There's like a neck, maybe the cat has a head. We can give it some little ears, kind of like this. And then maybe it could have a tail and the tail could kind of go like that or something. I don't know. This is kind of what I was picturing. And then we would take this and try to make this into a house. We might need to make a couple minor adjustments because I feel like this might be better if it were a bit smaller. Okay, so maybe something like this as the shell of the building, and then we try to take this and make it look like a house. Normally in this sort of challenge, I would just try to make the outside look like a cat too, but I think in this case, I might try to roof this like it's a normal house. I think it would be kind of fun to have this look like a normal house from the exterior, but then when you get inside, you can see the cat. I'm sort of picturing right now that maybe this section could be like a cute covered patio. We can do the roof kind of simply like this, and maybe this section could become like a little back porch or something. I don't really know about that, to be honest. We're gonna have to see how that goes. I'm not really sure about this part either, because that's kind of a weird shape. What if I made the siding all black? Do you think that's too much? I feel like it might actually be kind of cool if we did that. I'm kind of channeling my own cats with this, and obviously I recently found a couple black cats in a sewer, so I'm sort of feeling inspired by them. I don't really know what I want. I think it's kind of looking a little bit ugly right now, but also it's shaped like a cat, so that's not really a surprise. Ew. Oh, I don't really want it to be all black windows. Maybe I do. That's kind of not so good looking though. What if it was gray? That gives us a little bit more dimension. It's also kind of looking like the goth house right now, which is not really a compliment. Everything I'm trying on the outside is just looking really terrible. I keep trying to think of ideas to try and make this look a little bit less weird, and it somehow just gets worse. Do you think if I put a little bit of half wall right there, I could try to make this part look like it's a chimney? I know that's a stretch, okay? I realize that's probably a little bit much. The roof around it is also looking kind of weird, but maybe it's better this way. This is basically like the ultimate roofing challenge. I don't really know what to do with this part. First initial thoughts were like, maybe we could try to do something like this and have there be like an octagonal shape to it. Because then if you line it up with another one of these roof pieces, it does kind of hide the whole thing. So that's maybe an idea. It makes these little bump outs look kind of strange though. Specifically, it makes this little bump out look kind of strange. And obviously this thing is super weird. Like who knows what to do with this part? I guess maybe it becomes like another balcony situation. I don't know. That's ugly. But the roof itself is better this way. What I did just then was put the octagonal roof and then get one of these regular gabled roofs and just kind of tuck it into it. And then we put columns everywhere to try and hide the corners because the corners look ugly. Actually, this looks way better than I thought it was going to. I'm kind of impressed at how easily that came together. And then we can get some little wood floors outside. Once it's got windows, it's all gonna look way better too. I think I might have to close off these corners because what are you gonna put in that little triangle space? I guess this becomes the bedroom, and then this is like an open concept living kitchen dining room thing. I don't really know what this part is either. We have this really weird long hallway. Maybe there could be like a little laundry room back in the corner down here. I just got an absolutely genius idea, at least in my humble opinion. What if I put some lights here? Because we have these really beautiful string lights. So I could size these up and then place them like all the way around this little tiny room. Because I guess this is gonna end up being like a little covered patio outdoor dining situation. These are the fairy lights from the Little Campers kit. And doesn't that look so cute right there? You can't really see it that well from the outside, obviously when the roof is on, but it looks so nice when you're actually playing in this area. If not, maybe a little annoying because they're gonna be in the way. Oh, this is way bigger than I was intending for it to be. But what if we had the living room kind of like back here in this corner, and I used this sized up giant rug? I wish we had an in-between of these rug sizes because sized up it's a bit too big and normal size is a bit too small. I guess realistically it's probably okay if it's small because this is a small house. So here's kind of what I'm thinking for the living room setup. We've got a small bathroom right here in the corner, which is gonna need a window probably almost forgot. And then I was picturing the kitchen would go here in this little nook. Oh, I don't really like how the bedroom door is right next to it. Uh-oh. That's no good. Maybe the fridge goes over here. Oh, that's better. Okay. We'll do it like this. I don't understand how corner cabinets work. I want it to be here on this wall, but I don't know how to like force it to place there. Even when I put, see, this is the thing. I don't get it. Even when I put the wall there, it still doesn't want to place in the right spot. How come it places here, but not there? That doesn't make any sense to me. I have like honestly never understood this. And then you try to rotate it around and it like doesn't work either. It's gonna place everywhere except where I want it to go. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, okay. Delete the wall, put it where you want, and then leave it. And then just never touch it again. Okay, there. That's the kitchen. Okay, here's what I've got so far for the living, kitchen, dining room layout. And I actually really am liking how this looks. I'm not sure what to put in this area. I feel like the existence of this whole space is kind of throwing me off. I'm thinking right now that maybe we could try to have either this become like a secret passageway, which is weird. It doesn't really lead to anything good and it's got windows, so it doesn't feel that secretive. So like the secret room thing kind of feels like a weird choice. We could leave it open. We could put a door. I'm thinking that maybe this nook could become like an office nook. So that's why my initial thought was secret passageway, because I could put the bookcase door and then have it look like it's built into a desk. Hold on, let me show you what I mean by that. I'm thinking that we could try to do something like this. We get a nice computer, we can get a pretty desk chair, and then we try to somehow make this look like it's intentional and not just a weird random space that I can't do anything about. We could also even try to close this off a bit more. Maybe that's better because we have a more proper entryway now, and then this becomes kind of like a closed off office space. What about that? That's so random and so weird. But maybe this is cool, and then your Sims can still get in there and it makes the bookshelf look more intentional, maybe? I don't know. I clearly have no idea what would be best, and I'm kind of just messing around guessing a little bit. I hate how empty this all is. What if, hold on, what if we did make this part into secret passageway, and then this becomes like an easy way for you to access the outside? I don't know. This is strange, okay? See, now this little area, we could get like the skelly sim in the window. We could have this part be creepy, and the rest be normal. Oh, and if we wanted to, I could actually probably make this little section, hold on, maybe the litter box could go in here because it is a cat house, so I assume that multiple cats live here, so they can have a nice little litter room private for themselves right there. Okay, so here's what I've got in this little bathroom. I went for like a black and gold sort of accent with the new wallpaper, and then I tried to match that in the cat's bathroom and in the little laundry room utility room thing. I'm really liking the gold, so I'm kind of inspired to try and fit in some other gold accents in here. I'm not really sure. I never use this giraffe lamp anymore, so I don't know if I should do that or if it's too much. I'm not really a fan of any of the swatches of the cat trees. I might use that one. Should I use a little ghost wallpaper in there? Kind of like a cute little nod to Halloween in the scary room. Ghost wallpaper and stone flooring? I'm sorry, this is so ugly. The tail is by far the most annoying part of this whole build. I think it's a miracle I even managed to split it up this well already. I don't really know if much else can be done about the shape of this. I'll keep the skeleton and then maybe I'll put like some stains and cracks in the walls everywhere. Maybe that's the old owner of the house and the cats have taken over and they just like trapped him in there so they could live here in peace. That's a stretch. I don't know. We have to put something there and that's the best I can come up with, okay? I'm just putting some finishing touches on this bedroom now, and I think I'm gonna put a couple cat statues. Cat statues and some books always go a long way. Okay, this is what I've got so far in the bedroom. It's mostly cat room. It's got like cat tree, cat bed, cat toy, also human bed, but who cares about that? And then the humans have a tiny balcony, which honestly the cats will probably enjoy because they can go sit out there. I don't know if I've ever seen that swatch before. I'm not kidding. I don't recognize that at all. This is from Get Together. I have never ever seen that swatch with the swirls. It's got a couple interesting ones. I don't really think I like that. I might use it anyway though. I'm also gonna get a hot tub because it fits like really perfectly in this corner, so I kind of want to use one. Okay, I put a couple things out on the patio, like some plants and some lounge chairs and a grill, and now the last thing that we have to do is figure out all all of the landscaping. I'm not really loving how this house is looking right now, so it's gonna need a lot of landscaping help. You know what I always say, when in doubt, just cover the whole thing with trees. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm building this right now in the vampires world, but I don't really think I'm gonna try to match the vampire stuff with this. I just kind of thought it was fun to do the cat build around Halloween in the vampire world, but it doesn't need to be a vampire house. I put some catnip in these little planter boxes on the front porch because I thought that was kind of a cute nod to this being a cat house. And I'm not really sure how much landscaping I should add in. To an extent, this needs to have relatively simple landscaping, but I'm not good at that. I only know how to do one kind of landscaping, and that's why I always do it over and over and over again, because I'm not really good at branching out from that. Or maybe I just think that other things don't look as good. Like, I think that when I do less landscaping, it always looks unfinished. Well, I should say, at least to me, it looks a little bit unfinished, even if it doesn't actually. Do you think putting rocking chairs is weird? I don't know. I don't really know what I want this to be like. I'm going back and forth a lot. I'm putting a little pathway in the backyard that kind of winds around because I think that helps to fill this area in a bit more. And then I think that maybe the house is done. I don't really know what more I can do. It's a cat. I did the best that I could given what I had to work with. And actually, I think the roof came out really nicely. And that was what I was most worried about. It's not so hard to do the interior of things like this, aside from like weird random tail parts, because usually I can make an interior work no matter what. It's more so the exterior that's hard to hide. But this honestly kind of came together well. So on the outside, we have a little front porch with some catnip and some rocking chairs. Inside, we've got a little office nook that helps to hide a creepy ghost room. There's one bathroom, a small living room, and a really cute kitchen area, along with a big dining table. In the back, we've got a bedroom for both the human and the cat, and they've got a cool, like, covered patio space with some fairy lights, an uncovered patio space with some hot tubs and stuff, and a laundry room. Oh, and a litter box room, obviously, most importantly. So it's a 2-bathroom house, right? Yeah, sure. Okay. What do you even call it on the gallery? Cat house or something? If you look really closely, the shell of this house is shaped like a cat. Okay, 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms? No, it's one. It's 1 bathroom. I don't really know why you would want this house, but it is on the gallery for you if you are interested. And I think on that note, I'm gonna end this video right here. If you want to watch the previous cat house I did, which objectively was a lot worse, I'll link it down below. It was small and just like a cat face, and it's not my finest moment. This is a greater achievement, I feel. Well, happy Halloween. Thank you for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay? Bye, everybody. Let me know if you've got any other house shell ideas you'd like me to consider, because this was actually really fun.